Hey everyone, it's Alex Bennett here at the PGA Tour Performance Center at TBC Sawgrass. I have recently been named the Director of Athletic Performance. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this post. I've been gone for a little bit. I haven't been able to do videos. We just had another daughter, and then we were busy the last few months really just getting this facility ready. I hired 2 people. I hired a doctor of physical therapy who will be starting late May, and I also hired another trainer. Can't wait to share more with you guys about them. I'm going to wait until they're officially here. They've both agreed to come on board. They've both done all the paperwork, but we're going to wait until they're officially in the building to really share more about them. However, this video, I'm going to share more about the gym, by the way. I will share more about everything we've added, what we're trying to accomplish. There's still some pieces left to be added. There's still some things going on that we need to get fixed. But this video is my go-to moves if you're stuck at a desk all day. Just not only if you want to be better prepared to go play golf after you work, but any sport, pickleball, basketball, whatever it is. If you're stuck at a desk and you just want to feel better, you're going home and you feel achy, you feel like crap, you're not sleeping well, you can't get comfortable, this video is for you. So these moves here are my go-to moves if you're stuck at a desk all day, you're looking at a computer, you're looking down at a phone, whatever it may be. We're going to go through some of those go-to moves. I hope you really enjoy it. I'm going to be making a lot more content here coming up, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the videos. Here we go. First things first, we're going to roll the glutes out. All right, if you're sitting at a desk all day, those glutes are going to be tight. Your glutes are probably the most important muscle in your body when it comes to stability of your lower body. And what happens a lot of times, our glutes aren't working. We rely too much on our quads, too much on our hamstrings. People get knee injuries, shin splints, cramps, all that stuff. Our main drivers, our main stabilizers are our glutes, specifically our glute medius. I'm sure you've heard me hammer this, especially if you're a member of the site, but we're going to roll it out. This is called the Orb. I get this on Amazon. It's like $15. There's no reason you shouldn't get one of these. We can use it on your mid-back. We can use it on your glutes. It's way better than a lacrosse ball, just it's not so pointed. This is the 5-inch ball. Honestly, I'd rather you guys use a foam roller than a lacrosse ball. I think a lacrosse ball, I don't want to say it can do more damage than good, but I think most people don't know when to lay off the pain, and I think they just overdo it and ends up tightening up even more, and they just keep having to do it over and over again, and they talk about how much it hurts, and I'm like, look, it's going to hurt a little bit at first, but it should release as we go. So we're going to get this right into the corner of the glute, right underneath the waistline, right underneath the belt line, and I want you to start out 2 feet on the ground, and we're just rolling into it. If you're like, oh, this isn't too bad, I would like to get the ankle on top. We're just going to open that glute up more, get into the hip a little deeper, and I like to tell people 10 breaths. It forces us to breathe. And it also, I haven't met many people that actually put a timer in front of them and go, all right, I'm going to hold this for 45 seconds to a minute. 10 breaths. Makes you breathe, but also keeps us on it for the amount of time we really need to spend on it. And like I said, control the pressure with your hands. It's not how much can I make this hurt. It's more about let's gently roll this out and breathe as we do to work this muscle out. Just loosen it up a bit. Good, so we're going to pretend I just did 10 breaths and we just did both sides for the sake of the video. After that, we're going to make 2 90-degree angles with our legs, and we're just going to reach. So this is my right knee in front of me. I'm just going to reach this left arm out just like that. I just got a nice little back pop. And same thing, 10 breaths. And we're really trying to expand the belly as we do it. And as we expand the belly, we should really feel that glute just sink into the ground. And then as always, we're going to switch sides. So the easiest way is just to roll right over to this other side, just like that. And then this left leg's in front of us, we're going to reach the right arm. All right, so now we're going to address that mid-back. If we're sitting at a desk all day, we're rounded, we're looking at our phone, our head's getting forward, our thoracic's getting really rounded. So what we're going to work on is that thoracic extension. This is really important, especially if you get neck pain. We want to get rid of that straight neck. The straight neck is basically an epidemic right now with everyone looking at their phones. That forward head, almost every single person I see that comes in has a version of forward head or straight neck. It ends up just leading to a lot of neck pain, a lot of stiffness through our mid-back. Our thoracic rotation gets hindered. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit this right underneath our shoulder blades, just like that. And we're just going to take a big breath in. And as we reach out and breathe out, we're just reaching our arms back, just like that. And as you can see, I'm just working it slowly up my back. Same thing, we're gonna do this 10 times. And this one you can do multiple sets if you'd like. You can do multiple sets on the other one as well. When I say the other one, I mean the 90-90 stretch, not the ball with the glute. Good. And then you can kind of just roll back and forth. We're just kind of staying rounded. And we're just bridging up as we go back. We're never going down below our shoulder blades, really. We're at the base of our shoulder blade and then going up. We're not going down to the mid, lower back. Same thing, like I said, 10 breaths, 10 reaches. And you can do multiple sets, but give it a little break in between the sets. All right, so you might see this order here, right? We're using the ball, or we're using the foam roller, a little myofascial, and then we're addressing that same area with the stretch. Always focus on the breathing on this. So you don't have to have a special rod like this. You just, any type of a golf club, hockey stick, whatever you can get your hands on. We're gonna make sure our wrists and our elbows are lined up. I don't want the elbows inside. There is a version we can definitely do with that if we're working on external rotation, but for now we're just working on that thoracic extension. We're just breathing into it. So we're just gonna go lined up. We're going wrist, elbow, shoulder. So we're gonna get this on the edge, and you can use a couch, you can use a chair, whatever's comfortable. We're just gonna sit back. The goal is to drop the head just at the base of the bench or the couch. And we're just bringing these palms back to our shoulder blades, and we're just breathing. And with each breath, keep trying to work that chest down towards the ground. Give it a little break, come out of it. This is a stretch I really need. I always need it. My lats, my triceps, my shoulders, they get tight. This is one of my favorite stretches. And also just the breathing, the rib cage, the thoracic decompression you get from this is huge. As you can see, each time I was taking a breath, I would sink my chest. And that was just from my breath, kind of pushing out on that fascia and just opening that up little by little. That's why the breathing is so important. You can really maximize your results with proper breathing. So with this one here, I do not mind you starting out with just a knee on the ground, flattening the foot. Feel like you're pushing the foot into the ground and squeezing this glute. Whatever knee is down, my right knee is down, so I'm squeezing my right glute. I'm feeling that little bit of stretch here. And then I'm just breathing into the rib cage. We're just keeping that tension on the glute, keeping that pelvic tilt as neutral as possible. We're not trying to get in that anterior tilt, being lazy with it. We're trying to posteriorly tuck. So if my pelvis is a bucket of water, I'm trying to pour that water out of the back of the bucket. That's good for beginners or for someone who is very tight there. But we're sitting all day, hip flexors are shortened, quads get tight. So we're gonna do a little bit of both. This is called the couch stretch. So we're just getting that ball of the foot up, and we're just gonna get right here. Let me fix my pants. And when I almost ripped my pants, and I got clients all day, so that would have been embarrassing. But same thing, we're squeezing this right glute. My right knee is down, my right foot is up. If this bothers your knee whatsoever, lower this platform, or like I said, go all the way down to the ground. It would just be, a case of maybe it's a hair too high, or maybe your quad's so tight that we just need to put in some work first before we work our way up. So same thing, we're just focused on that belly breathing. I want that belly really expanding as we breathe. My allergies are a little bad, so my nose breaths are a little rough, but I'm just doing my best. Some days it's all you got. But same thing, keep that glute squeeze, 10 breaths. Like I've said a million times, I'm a big fan of just counting your breaths. It makes you focus on that breathing. And like I said, a lot of people, we're just not gonna put a timer down. And hey, I'm one of them, so I'm not judging you. But, hey Derek, but focus on the breathing. So like I've said, when you're sitting all day, you're in that shortened position. Our hamstrings are in that 90-degree angle. That's a shortened position, so those hamstrings are gonna be tight. There's stretches I like more for the hamstrings, but this is the easiest one, and this is one of the safest ones to do. And it is one of my favorite to do with people that are like extremely tight and just don't have an awareness of how to stretch their hamstring. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kick this heel up. Don't let that foot, fall sideways. Don't let it fall in. We're gonna keep it straight up and down. And what I want you to do is point the toes, actively point the toes back towards your chest. Don't let them go this way and then just lean. We're gonna point the toes back towards our chest. We're gonna actually try to create a little bit of an arch and engagement in our posterior chain, in our back. So we're doing that right there. As soon as I point my toes back and I create that engagement back here, I feel a gentle stretch. Now, if your hamstrings are loose, which I highly doubt they are if you've clicked on this video, but we're just gonna hinge slightly. We're keeping that engagement in the posterior chain, and we're just gonna move down, but we're keeping those toes pointed back towards us. Now that hamstring on me is definitely, it's a little tighter than normal, honestly, but I actually just flew in yesterday from Phoenix, so sitting on an airplane for a while will do it to you. And same thing, we're just breathing 10 breaths, 10 deep breaths in through the nose, into the belly, out through the mouth. And I like long exhales. Long exhales help our body relax. If we're just standing here, I mean, we're literally tightening our body up. So the way you breathe is very important. I know I constantly harp on it, but it's very important. And I can actually feel my shoulder blades sit down and back even more as I breathe. Creating a little more of an arch just to get a little more of length through my hamstring. Good. Then we'll switch sides. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's my part one of my go-to moves. I'm gonna come out with a little more advanced go-to moves as well. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. I'm also gonna be coming out with a video, like I said, describing more of what we did with this gym, what we're doing with this gym, goals we have for it. We're still at TBC Sawgrass. We're just located in a different area, much bigger room. This is 5 times the size of what I was in before. And we've been able to just add some awesome pieces of equipment that I'm going to go into detail about in later videos. Thanks again, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to get around to them. Thanks again. Make sure you like and subscribe.